It takes all kinds to be a road racer. Before they can be wise old winners, they have to be young and hungry newbies. Leave it too late, and a lifetime of short-circuit racing fogs the passion for success on the roads. Start too early, however, and the maturity and mental resolve is missing. It begs the question, does age really matter?
I don't think age matters at all.
Well, I'm 59 at the moment, so I can tell you it does make a difference.
I do believe you can be too young.
You're not too young, but what you need to do is have the right equipment.
With the young lads, it's always hard to get them to respect it.
Because you still got to be grounded and still realise that it's bloody dangerous out there. And
you can't freestyle a place, you.
Because as we know, that TT can bite.
You don't get away with mistakes here.
The Isle of Man TT course is not somewhere that you show your talents instantly.
If you haven't got the minerals or you haven't got the talent to do it, you're never ever going to be able to do it.
It doesn't matter if you've been riding since 4 years old, you've still not done enough racing to understand what a bike will and won't do here.
Nowadays, when we look at newcomers, you have to effectively have a good racing CV, so you've got to have a good racing past effectively to even get an entry, because it's so fast and furious now at the front. You know, it's so competitive. It's weird. I mean, I've done this job now for like taught all the newcomers for the last 17 years or something stupid, which is like crazy. I don't think back, 17 years. Where's those 17 years gone? But yeah, and I've seen the young lads like Dean Harrison come up through, and the Peter Hickmans and stuff, and it's hard, and again, it is the hardest race track in the world to learn. You know, there's always going to be people that want to come and do it because ultimately it's the best racetrack in the world. So it's just a matter of getting the people from this point to get them on the start line and making it as easy as possible and as safe as possible for them to get to that position. So, like say that Quattararo or Buddy Marquez came in the best riders in the world. If they hadn't have done the homework and they just went and thought, well, I'll just go on my riding ability and I'll be able to sort out. You can't do that here because it's so fast.
They reckon it takes about 3 years to be comfortable with a properly fast lap at the TT. It needs hundreds of hours and thousands of miles of homework and dedication to the cause. All of that just to make the start line. When the young bloods line up, everyone is on the lookout for the next TT Goliath topping David.
The one more than any is Davy Todd.
I always knew that David was going to be uber fast.
He's done Irish road racing, he's done his homework. I don't know when his first TT was, what third time here, third or fourth time he's been now?
It's incredible. I think this is his third TT, and it feels like it's his 6th or 7th.
From the first day I met him, I thought, yeah, he's going to be good.
Yeah, Davy's good. Yeah, Davy's good. Loads of confidence at the minute. He's riding mega in British Superstock.
He's sound, a good lad. He's a brilliant rider, and he's podium in Superstocks. He knows what he's doing. He's got real good speed. Seems to be well in control of everything. He's really enjoying himself. He's fast, isn't he? Doesn't matter where he goes, he's fast.
And his lap times and his results in the first 2 years are incredible.
Davy's just got that little bit of swagger about him now. He's got that super confident streak to him, but he's not offensive with it. He's not smart with it. There's no story behind him. He's not half injured. He's not 40-year-old. He's mid-20s, super fit. If you want him on a poster, you want to want him. You're not going to look at me on a poster, are you?
In 2017, young Davy Todd had never even been to the Isle of Man. By 2022, however, he was taking podium scalps and setting out his stall as a future great of the road racing family. Get you some of that.
To get pulled in and finish third was, pretty unbelievable. I just couldn't really believe it. It took a while to sink in, really. And I wasn't like jumping about and ecstatic like I thought I would have been. It was just hard to sort of take in, really.
He's cool. He looks good.
It just shows that he's comfortable and enjoying himself, which is cool. It's good to see. I just hope he stays safe enough. He says he is, and he says he's well within himself. So you've got to take him at that. If that's what he's saying, then that's how he is. So.
Yeah, but he's got the minerals, hasn't he?
I've just been out there having fun, riding my bike, and it's been going well. Definitely not 100%, a long way off it, so it makes me excited for next year coming that I know I can push on a little bit more.
He's served his time, he's in a good, fantastic team. It's sort of a bit like now or never type thing, you know, get the job done.
He's kind of already there.
Crack on and win, I'll be first man to shake his hand, but
A TT win has got to be not far away for Davy Todd already.
he's world class, he's a world class rider, you know, and then cream comes to the top, it always does.
So whether it's John looking up at Joey or Davy giving Peter the side eye on his journey to the podium, history dictates that somebody wants your ride and your trophy, and if you're not pin sharp, they'll take it. 2022 was no different, and plenty of young talent is on the way.
The new generation's Glenn, and he's impressed me.
You've got the likes of Glenn Irwin now that's coming up, you know, coming straight from cutting edge of BSB, you know, winning BSB races.
You look at his short circuit career, it's very, very strong. He's running right at the sharp end. He's a winner, you know, fighting for championships.
Glenn's a different kettle of fish.
I'm Glenn Irwin and I'm the TT's fastest ever newcomer.
He's just a unique character, is the best way to put it.
Loads of BSB experience, loads of high level racing experience.
He's done his homework, you know. To thread them superbikes through them corners at that speed.
He arguably is the most talented rider ever.
A silver in my first ever race, fastest newcomer in the race as well, which happened to be fastest newcomer ever. I can't control Mother Nature.
Ultimately, you know that he's going to be fast because he's a professional. The likes of Steve Plater was the same, Josh Brooks was the same, Peter Hickman was the same. You know, they were all top level lads that know how to ride a motorbike. So you know that they can literally transgress over to the TT because people say, oh, it's a different way of riding, and it's not. It's still thrashing your motorbike to its limits.
The thing that's been on Glenn's side is on one of the best teams in the paddock. He's had the best weather and got the most laps. What newcomer's ever had that practice lap for all that good weather for a week? Which for him has been brilliant because he's been around Superstock, Superbike all week. So he'll still get there. You know, he's not an idiot, is he? That's when he's a BSB winner, Northwest winner. He's going to be fast.
Young blood for me isn't Glenn Irwin. You know, he's a well-known superbike rider who's been in the game for a long time. Yeah, he's done the TT as a newcomer, but for me isn't young blood. Young blood's Nathan Harrison.
That kid has got serious determination.
He is young, younger than me. He's going really quick as well.
He's got a great background, you know, his father raced for a long time, and living here is a big injection in the arm, it really is.
He's riding super well, and for me, I think he's probably the man to watch out.
He's got a hell of a future, hasn't he? He really has. He's clearly talented. He's got every ingredient, really, to make it all the way to the top.
So what exactly are those ingredients? A sprinkle of short circuit talent here, followed by a dash of born and raised around road racing savvy there. But there's more to the TT secret than that though. You still need that homework. Some say the best thing you can do is get yourself a scholarship.
I think personally, I didn't want to do the TT until I'd done 120 mile an hour at the Manx Grand Prix on a 600 because I didn't think I'd be ready for the TT until I'd done it. Obviously going back to the Manx Grand Prix for confidence wise, to make sure you are ready for the TT, like you say, the TT is a professional event, so I didn't want to just go there and kind of make up the numbers. I wanted to try and get a result. I race bikes to get results, and like every racer, my dad kind of said you need to do 120 mile an hour before you think about doing the TT because you're not going to be ready. And that wasn't in like a pressure way, it was just a kind of safety way. I would say this year at the TT, obviously it was my first year on 1,000 on the roads, it was my first year at the TT, so that was a completely new experience for me.
So there you have it, the Manx Grand Prix is the worst kept secret to TT success. Those that started in August have gone on to really shine in June.
If anybody tells you after 3 years you still don't learn something, I think it's not true, because I think there's always something every year. You'll learn something new about the TT course. There's 37 miles of road that at 160, 70 mile an hour changes year to year. So I'd say my big part of learning is done, but I would still say there's some things that I could improve and definitely learn from in the coming year.
Don't be fooled by the orange bibs. These riders are already winners to so many of us, but that's not how they see it. Who do today's young bloods and old hands think tomorrow's heroes will be?
I mean, there's a load of different riders. I wouldn't want to name any for fear of missing others out.
Looking at newcomers, first of all, Jamie Kringle, I've did quite a bit of motocrossing with him in Spain. Him and his brother ran. I know Jamie's the only one doing it. The lads are fast. I think they clean up over here. Probably haven't showed their true potential in England just yet, but them lads, they're natural talents. They can ride motorbikes.
Yeah, there's a good few lads. Yeah, Lee Crawford, he's always gone about his road racing as gently, which shows a lot of maturity and really good, but you see him on a short circuit, man alive, he's world champion material, he's got everything, but I like the way he's gone about tackling the road racing.
Jim Hind as well, he's been exceptionally good around here. I think he's another one to watch. And there's a few others, starting to make progress as well, so it's good for the event to have more talent coming through.
They're queuing up there, the youngsters, Jim Hyde, that McLaughlin. Do keep my eye on everybody, and we need them. We need the next crop.
Like you say, at the moment, you've got like the likes of Hickey, Michael, Dino that are right at the top of the level, and they're the ones that are pushing it on. You only get a certain time at the job, and then you drop off the ladder again, and then someone else comes along, and so it's just age, isn't it? We all get older and stuff, so every dog has his day, sort of thing. So
2022 closed out with Davey Todd dominating the British Superstock Championship. Nathan Harrison showed us all why the Manx Grand Prix is so important. Glenn Irwin showed his newcomer mettle and then stepped away from Honda. Like all the other TT Youngbloods and old hands, they'll always be welcome here.
I don't know that it's not for him. He's just got the ability to be able to go, I can take it or leave it, which not all of us have.
But I don't think that'll be like the end of Glenn Irwin. I think Glenn Irwin will be back. I think he's just going for the opportunity of winning a Superbike title, obviously.
And he's going off to do his short circuit career, which might peak in the next couple of years, and then he might come back. And he's young enough to come back in 5 years' time and take off where he left off.
I think Glenn Irwin will be back at the TT in the future.
Yeah, he could come back. He's got plenty of years to come back here. He proved a point, I think.
You can only hold them back so far, and then you've got to let them go.
This is live TT coverage on TT Plus, the only place for breathtaking, exhilarating, edge-of-your-seat action. The only place for heroes, record breakers, and history makers. The only place for unmissable moments and speed like no other.
Absolutely incredible. Dean Harrison through Gorsley, always a man on a mission. We're on for a race, folks. Oh, Michael Dunlop. Ben and Tom Birchall have 11 victories. Davey Todd leads at Glen Helen, doing the business.
This is the Isle of Man TT races. Every qualifying and every race, live and on demand. Get your TT Plus Live Pass today and secure your place at TT 2023.